Hello dudes and welcome to Pinterest. If this is your first time, you may notice something. It's, well, heavily girly. Yeah, there's a lot of, um, well, you know, nice sayings and baby pictures and, it's weddings and, purses and fashion. It's heavily lady focused, let's just say. And the reason for that is that, I wouldn't say it's the reason for it, but I mean, Pinterest activity is 95% women right now, but that's not to say that it won't be that way in the future. And in fact, those numbers are starting to shift as more and more people hear about Pinterest. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to empower you to use Pinterest as a dude and rock the space in the 95% women active space of Pinterest so that you can get the most out of it and not feel like it's just not a place for you. You can feel like it's somewhere that applies to you too because it's actually something that everybody can use. It just happens to be heavily women right now. But once you get into it, you're going to see how cool Pinterest actually is and why you're going to love it in the years to come. You want to sign in, and if you can't sign in, it's because you actually need to be invited to the site. And in order to get invited, you have to know someone who is a part of Pinterest already to invite you. It's just the way that the site works, it's by invite only. So I'm a member of the site, obviously. So if you just want an invite from me, feel free to email me and I will invite you. I don't get anything out of it. I'll just do it because that's just how the site works and I want to help you. But you can email me at sarah@pinnerpower.com. Again, that's Sarah with an H, SARAH at pinnerpower.com, and I'll gladly invite you, no big deal. So then once you're invited, then you sign up either through Facebook or Twitter, and then you can use the site. So just keep that in mind. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign in now. And we're going to go through, on my board, we're going to go through a couple of really cool dudes to follow. There's at the end of this, I'm going to give you a list of the 10 most popular dudes to follow on Pinterest and why. So, but I just want to show you a few of them and why they're so popular and why you should be following them and how they rock the space as a dude in a sea of ladies. So, and why women are repinning them and why they can be manly and still get tons of followers. So the first guy is his name is Mike D. He doesn't. That's not how you find him, but that is what he goes by on Pinterest. And I'm going to show you. So if you type in up here TEMPSPAZ, that's how you find him. But as you shall soon see, there we go. See, Mike D. And if you notice over here, he's got over 1 million followers. In fact, he's almost got 1.25 million followers, and he's only following 61 people. So he's doing an incredible job of pinning content that people love, and he's not just getting followers because he's following them back like you do on Twitter. I mean, people actually are repinning and following him because he's putting out really good stuff. So let's go through what he's actually putting out and why people want to follow him. And I mean, he doesn't have a board for shoes and fashion and recipes. He's got, some stuff that probably you will think is cool. For instance, let's look at his awesomeness board. So when someone creates a board and you want to click on it, it doesn't matter where you click on that board. All these pictures are considered all together right now. So you can click anywhere and it'll bring up that board. You could click wherever you want and so now we've got the board, right? Yeah, so he's got all these really cool photographs that people have repinned from pop culture. He's got a Back to the Future timeline and how that all kind of corresponded. And I mean, he's just got a lot of really neat stuff here. He's even got The Art of Manliness, a book that maybe you read or want to read or never heard of. I've never heard of it, but I mean, it's kind of doodly of him. Ale, cider, and meat. That's Yep, that sums it up pretty much. So yeah, so I mean, it's a board of awesomeness, things that he thinks are, you know, that he's found to be awesome, and obviously other people think are awesome because they've repinned. He's got a board, rad shit. So I don't know what the difference is between awesomeness and rad shit, but he's got it. And then he's also got, you know, he does look at food. He's got a board of sustenance. So, you know, recipes are very popular on Pinterest, but they don't all have to be, you know, Jello snacks and diet foods. It can be, you know, really cool. I mean, obviously the stuff that he's pinning is looks very gourmet and really delicious and probably packed with calories, but it looks good. So he's gotten a lot of repins from that. He's got a board on cartography for crying out loud. And then something that he's done also is he's got a board on dogs, and for some reason, dogs are just really popular in all of social media. I don't own a dog, so I don't quite understand it, but I know people who do own dogs, and it's this craze, and people love their dogs more than life or something. But anyway, so that gets a lot of repins, animals in general on Pinterest, and they don't all have to be like me personally. I have a board on bunnies, and I they're just so cute you're gonna explode, but um, they don't have to all be bunnies. They can be dogs, and these dogs are, you know, manly looking dogs, fierce looking dogs, so wolfy looking dogs even, and he's got a lot of them. So he's even got dogs doing ridiculous things, and they don't know any better. And I mean, he does have some cuteness factor in here too. So dogs are popular. I mean, he's hit all the markers. He's got food and animals and cool pictures. He's even looks like he's got some fashion stuff for the ladies. I'm not, he's only done 5 pins of those though. And I don't know why he did that, but he did. And then, I mean, he's, you know, he's got stuff that just people are interested in, visually stimulating good content. And that is why he has so many followers. Another dude that we're going to look at, and this is actually the founder of Pinterest, Ben Silbermann. Now, he doesn't have quite as many followers, but he still has a decent amount compared to a lot of people on here. And that's probably because he is the founder. So he may not have a million, but again, he doesn't have a lot of boards and he doesn't have a lot of pins. He just has pinned what he likes. I heard him speak one time. He's a really neat, humble guy, really nice guy. Another guy I want to show you is Chris Coley, and you can find him by, you know, pinterest.com/CACD. But he goes by Christopher Coley. And this guy, same thing, you know, he's got a lot of followers. He's made a lot of pins. That's part of it. But he's got, you know, a lot of visually beautiful pins and photographs that he's put up here. So, yeah, he's got style and he's got books he'd like to read. And he's even got a board on mixology. So if you're into, you know, mixing drinks and cocktails, then that's probably a good board to check out, or make your own board just to save them for later. And then you're probably going to get people repinning you as well, because that's a pretty popular subject, to know how to make drinks. Or, you know, good recipes, or, I mean, things, boards where you show people how to do something are really popular. Videos, you can do that on here. You can repin videos from YouTube and now also from Vimeo. So those are all really popular. Show people, you know, and these guys are pinning manly stuff. You know, they're not necessarily pinning, you know, shoes and cupcakes and fashion stuff there. And here's another one, cute bunny. Those are real popular on here. Lately, it's been succulents. That's been a really big thing on here the past few days, I've noticed. But, you know, these guys are pinning manly stuff, and they've got a massive amount of followers, and that they're not necessarily feeling crowded out by the lady folk. How to find popular dude pins, things that you're into. Okay, so, you know, think of anything. I'm just going to use beer as an example. I'm not saying all guys are into beer. I'm just saying that maybe you are, and that tends to be something that guys are into. So, you know, you can find, you type in, I mean, just beer recipe, you type that in, and you're going to find, you know, beer bread, or how to make ginger beer, or um, butter beer from Harry Potter. Yeah, okay. or I mean, there's a lot of things here. You know, look, beer pancakes, cool, okay. So just like type in stuff that you're into that inspires you. Maybe you're really into, oh, I don't know, architecture, like, you know, or Eames furniture, for instance, that's or Eames chair. You just get more specific and start to look for stuff that you appreciate, and you're gonna find stuff that you're into that so you don't have to feel like it's all, glitter nails and lipstick and shoes and things like that. It can be something that you really like. And maybe you do like glitter nails and lipstick and shoes. I'm not judging, no judgment here. But if you're not into that, there's a lot more on Pinterest than you may realize. In fact, another place you may want to check out is actually Mashable always has some good stuff on there. If you're really into the tech space and social media, then that's another really cool board to check out because they always put their stuff up on Pinterest. And they were one of the first non-girly profiles that I ever found. I mean, they've got web humor and tips and tricks. Like I said, how-to guides, tips, tricks, things like that are really popular. Infographics are very popular on Pinterest. So maybe you're a marketer and you want to put your infographic stuff up here. That's actually a really good idea. That's virally spread everywhere, including Pinterest and especially Pinterest. The other thing you may want to check out, a couple of other sites that are like Pinterest, but they're specifically for men. One is called Manteresting. Definitely more guy-centered. It has a lot of interesting pins that are going to be centered on what guys are a lot more interested in. Obviously, it's stuff that you wouldn't normally find on Pinterest. So and then you can vote on them. Unlike Pinterest, this one you can actually vote on all time, this month, this week, today. There's a wall of shame. So check that one out as well. Pinterest. The one other thing that guys are using Pinterest for, if they are single, that I would, I mean, it's okay to do this, but I would encourage you to do something else. But men are finding women that they like on there and finding their Pinterest profile and checking out their boards and finding out what they're into. So it doesn't take a lot of research to get on Pinterest and figure out what ladies really like. Your particular lady maybe likes something else. I don't know. Maybe if you talk to her for 5 minutes or more, you'd probably find that out anyway. So you probably don't have to Pinterest stalk her or pin stalk. You probably are going to have much better luck if you actually talk to her, which is why I encourage talking to your lady of choice rather than pin stalking. But this is what I've been told some guys are doing. Maybe it is a good idea if you already have a lady and you want to know what to get her for Valentine's or her birthday. Great idea. She'll love you for it. But if you are just hoping to ask a girl out, I'm going to encourage you to actually say, hey, what are you doing on Thursday? I'd like to take you to such and such restaurant and maybe we'll go dancing, because you have a much better shot with her if you do that than if you just lurk around her Pinterest boards. What I really want you to get out of Pinterest is that it's not just for girls. It does have a purpose. It has a lot of uses. It will become more gender equal in the future. It's just really heavily female dominated now. If you're a marketer, great place to market to women for now, but that's not to say you can't market to men on here. It's really smart to get in the game while you at the beginning and then build from there and really get to know it, because this thing is going to take over. It's fast. It's a fast growing social network and has a lot of potential for the future, and it has a lot of room to grow and change and improve itself. So check it out. Become a dude of Pinterest, and then let me know how it goes. And if I can answer any questions, I'd be happy to. Again, if you want an email, if you want an invite from me, then I'd be happy to do that at sarah@pinnerpower.com.